Oh, hi.
Hello, everyone.
Happy Wednesday.
It is Wednesday.
It is, but it feels like it's not. It doesn't feel like a Wednesday to me either.
It surely feels like, I was going to say Tuesday.
Yeah, well, yesterday I thought it was Wednesday.
Yeah,
so.
I'm like pretty much doing my,
your Tuesday meetings
today.
today.
And everything today. So hello.
Hi.
Welcome. We are so excited to have you here.
Yes.
I cannot believe Christmas is like a jump away.
I'm a little stressed. Normally I'm like the type of person who's on top of it, but like having a newborn and a toddler, I'm very much behind.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Christmas is coming no matter what, so a few long nights.
Yeah, gift cards for everybody.
I just opened my gift from Alicia. She got me a bread warmer.
Yes.
Unreal.
It's like a terracotta bread warmer. It's really, I thought it was cool.
I love it. I'm so excited. Banana bread. I told her I'm going to learn how to make sourdough. So if y'all have tips, send it to me on Instagram. I'm so excited.
I want to be a person who makes sourdough bread, but like
me too.
I'm not, but I want to be.
Me too. I agree.
One
I
of these days.
All of that. Yeah, I totally agree with all of that. So
love it.
Super fun. As you guys are tuning in, share with us where you're visiting from. Let us know what you've got going on in your neck of the woods.
Yes.
I want to let you guys know we are having the most epic, the biggest, the best boot camp. It all kicks off the day after Christmas.
Yes.
Y'all, are you ready? We are partying just to make sure, like to go over everything. We are partying like the whole from Tuesday to Friday.
Yep.
And then we come back for New Year's. It is the epic event of the year. I've been telling y'all it's the biggest event of the year. It's the best event of the year. It's the New Year's Eve event. There's the best energy. It's fun.
It's like a
ready.
different time of day. We were talking about why we feel like it's different. I think because it's a different time of day.
Yes.
And also this is like our celebration of our members. I feel. You know what I mean?
We get to love on you guys. It's so fun. Huge news.
Yes.
Last year we gave away a MacBook, super fun. This year's grand finale prize is $1,000.
That's huge.
Cash,
like just $1,000.
We're gonna be PayPaling someone ideally $1,000, Alicia.
I mean, I'm gonna be there. I'm showing up. I'm commenting.
Yes.
I'm doing all the things. I want to win the prizes.
You have to be present to win.
Yes.
That's how we do, the New Year's Eve event. You have to be present to win. It's the last night of the year, and we are going to be. I just felt like, we don't want to take away anyone's joy from like this holiday season. Like let you pick it out. Like who knows? Maybe $1,000. Like you're like Tanner. It's been a tough year. I just want to have $1,000 sitting in my bank account.
Yeah, just put it in a little savings account, a little nest egg.
Little nest egg, maybe groceries, maybe some craft supplies. Like, who knows? Maybe a computer. I mean, you can do with it as you wish. That's the cool part. So
I love it.
It just felt like the right thing to do this time of year, and it's gonna be super fun. So we're super excited to celebrate. We're doing beginner boot camp this coming week. It is crazy. You do not want to miss out. We are bringing back some insane deals.
Yes, we are.
Oh my gosh.
And not only are we having the good deals, but I told them, I said, if you feel like you're experienced, do not skip out on beginner boot camp. I need you guys to be there because you're going to be able to refresh all of those foundational basics that you've learned already. So make sure that you guys are there. It's going to be super fun, I think. And we have some pretty cool projects too.
Oh yeah.
So
it is incredible. So we're super excited. It is going to be the best boot camp of the year. If you've never been to boot camp, if you've never got to be live, I know a lot of you are off. So please be there. It's at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. And we're just super thrilled to see you guys at boot camp. All right.
yay!
Love it. Okay, what are we're making a cookies for Santa tray.
Yes, so this is like more of a decorative display tray.
Yeah.
We always get questions like, is it food safe? Is it, I'm gonna be honest with you, the way I did it is not probably food safe.
I mean, I'd put a cookie on it. And
I would put it like a plate with cookies on it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but it is very cute. You guys are gonna learn a cool painting technique today. And I'm going to show you how to apply HTV to wood if you've never played around with HTV on wood. It adheres really well. So I'm going to show you guys how to design it all the way from start to finish.
So good.
Yes.
So good.
So
now, someone said, is the boot camp geared towards newbies or all levels of experience? So here's the deal. We are tailoring it like to go back to the basics.
Yes.
And I say go back to the basics as in it's not geared towards just beginners. We're just bringing everybody all together. We're going down some of the basics. Now, if you are an experienced crafter, you are still going to be challenged. Like, because you can take and decide what to level up. Like, oh, they're doing something basic here, I can elevate it.
Yes.
So if you're an experienced crafter, like, don't be like, oh, I don't need to be there. No, these projects are bomb. It's Maker's going to learn. What are you talking about?
Right.
You want to be there.
You need to be there.
All right. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We have giveaways every single day of the boot camp, and it is so much fun. So Valerie, we kick off the event December 26th at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. That is kicking boot camp off the day after Christmas. You gotta be there.
And we do this is what, like our third year? Is this fourth year doing beginner boot camp?
Who knows? So many years.
I don't know. I always love it. I just think it's fun. And it's fun to like build up to the New Year's Eve event. And y'all, you cannot miss that. Just turn us on in the background while you're getting stuff ready for your little party.
Yeah.
You know, hang out with us. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be good. What is do you know the hours of?
7 to 10.
7 to 10. We're partying late.
Yeah.
7 to 10 o'clock on New Year's Eve. Be there. We are so excited to have you. That's when somebody's taking home $1,000. Plus, we're spinning the wheel.
We got the wheel.
We got the wheel loaded. Plus, we are giving away a Cricut Maker 3 and our favorite Canon printer for print and cut. Even large print and cut. So it's going to be really, really good. We're super, super excited. Yeah. If you have not went ahead and said yes to the year membership, y'all, you've got 5 days till Christmas. So I want to help you get super, super crafty. If you have a Cricut, if you know there's a Cricut under your Christmas tree.
I know a few. I know a few people.
So good.
Yeah.
Get your membership now so you can be learning the machine. I'll mail you this workbook completely free. We love, love, love this. It is your bonus on top of, if you can use the coupon code 750FF, 750FF, that gets you $75 off. That gets you grandfathered in at that price. So you're going to get yearly, year over year locked in. Your rate will never go up. And you're locking that in. So it's super, super good. So we can't wait to see you guys participate and join the membership. That is super, super fun.
And if you guys join membership and you come to boot camp, you're going to have access to all the stuff we're using. So you're not going to feel like left out and have FOMO. So anyways, should we jump into the project?
Let's dive in.
Okay. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are ready to craft. Someone asked if I made my earrings. I didn't. I think I got these at Michael's like 5 or 6 years ago. I don't even know where they came from, but anyways, so there's not a lot of things that you're gonna need to make this project. I'm gonna show y'all overhead what this looks like. I mean, we have literally turned a piece of wooden board into this beautiful craft project with our Cricut. I love it so much. And honestly, you could have them cut your boards down at Home Depot for you. And this is virtually a power tool free project.
And a lot of the stores and things like that have almost this size of wood available for purchase too, which is great.
You can just like go and buy a little board like this, even at like Hobby Lobby and stuff.
Yeah. And that's where you got your blank, right?
No. I got our blank from scraps in our back, but probably Home Depot or Lowe's or...
I see a label on it.
On this one?
Yeah.
Oh, this is wood pile. But I don't think this one is. Hold on.
Oh, I don't think it is.
No, this is just a piece.
Okay.
This is just a piece.
So the one that's finished is from wood pile. So you can, in the wood section's 40% off.
Yeah, because this one is $12.99. So the one I made it on, if you get it when it's on sale, it's going to be like $6 or $7.
Yes.
So you really cannot beat that. So
yeah.
Y'all are being so nice to me. Tell me I look cute, making me blush.
So fun.
So I've got our wood piece. This is already painted. I wanted to have it painted because I really wanted the paint to be dry so I can show you the distressing and all of that. And it needs to be dry before we sand. So you're gonna need a piece of wood. And let me see what the measurements are on this. This is a 9.5 by 48. No, I've cut this one in half. I've cut this in half.
Yeah.
So you're gonna need a piece of wood that is 9.5 by like 13.5. Now, if you've got something a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, just use what you've got on hand. Don't like stress because you don't know how to use a saw, you know, to cut it in half. If you got something pretty close to the size of a tray, just use that. And so you're gonna need this. I painted it with some Folk Art Titanium White. Now, this paint has somewhat of a sheen to it, but I do recommend chalk paint or flat/matte paint whenever you're distressing. That's just kind of a personal preference, but I feel like I can sand and distress things easier with chalk paint. This has this, you can see it's got like a little bit of a shine. So I want to say this is probably more of a satin. It is. It says satin acrylic paint. So this has more of a shiny finish. I like a chalky finish. It's just personal preference.
Love a chalky finish.
And this black paint we're going to be using today actually is a chalk paint. This is the Starcraft Chalk and Mineral Paint in black. I love these. This is the sample size, and these last forever, y'all. So if you're like, I really want to try that chalk paint, they have these on 143 vinyl, and you can just get the sample sizes, and this is the size that you're going to get.
I love that.
And then you're going to need a paintbrush, obviously. They sell these at the dollar store, and I'm obsessed with these brushes. They're so good. You always want to get these horsehair brushes for like wood paint projects. They're the gold hair. They're the best ones in my opinion. And then I have some E6000. We're going to use this to attach our handles so we don't actually have to drill these in, and it will stay on unless you're just like knocking it around everywhere. But that E6000 is really strong and it's clear, so that's great because you can't see any glue or whatever. And then I've got two sandpapers. I have a 120 and a 220. So the 120 is more gritty, and then the 220 is a little bit more of a fine grit. I like to have two whenever I'm working with wood, especially if we're distressing, so we can get like different levels of depth and different types of distressing. I have a Cricut Mini Easy Press, some red HTV. This is this is Caesar Easy Weed. And then just a standard grip mat. So I've also got like a jar of water back here. It's kind of hidden for my paint. But that's all that you guys are gonna need. This tray does not have feet, Kelly, but it would be really cute to add some wooden beads.
Oh, wooden,
pads would be cute too.
I just like I like a nonchalant elevation.
Yes.
But wooden beads.
Wooden beads. Yeah, we even have some of those. I should have done that. That's a cute idea.
So fun. And it says, are you painting the board for the distressing, or is it required to paint the wood before applying HTV? Great question.
She asked if we distressed it before we applied
are you painting the board for the distressing? Yes, and we're doing that for our look. Are you asking, can you use heat transfer vinyl on raw wood? The answer is yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, you can totally do that. And you could buy like a pre-painted whiteboard even and just apply it on there. But what I want to do first, before we jump into the design space aspect, I do want to go ahead and distress our board so it can be drying while we're working. So you're gonna want to sand your board down. So whatever board you get, now if you buy from Hobby Lobby and it's already pre-cut, you're probably not gonna have to sand that much, but if you cut your own, make sure to take your 220, and I rip these up all the time. Like you can just rip a piece off. That's why I love these so much. And you're just literally gonna sand all the way around all your edges. Make sure there's no like frayed edges, and make sure it's smooth, and then clean it off with a dry paper towel. And then you're going to paint 2 coats of whatever white acrylic paint that you have. So again, this is a titanium white. It's just the Folk Art brand from Hobby Lobby. If you guys go to buy paint, buy a big white and a big black, and because I feel like black and white,
you always need it.
Yeah, you always need it. You always need to have some on hand. So I've got my 2 coats on here, and this is completely dry. Okay. Now, I didn't bring a plate in here. I don't really need one though. I don't really need one. Okay. I'm gonna open up our black chalk paint. Okay. So this is just stark black. And you can distress this using like a brown or like a gray even. I like to do black personally, and I can mix a little bit of white in it if I need to.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't recommend like distressing with like a red. I feel like around Christmas, like we need a disclaimer that says be careful what you paint with red paint, because it can look like blood.
Yeah.
I know that sounds weird, but like a lot of times we'll do like red splatter at Christmas on stuff, and I'm like, be careful what you're doing that on. It's gonna look like blood or something.
Yeah.
So just, you can do other colors, but I really personally like this black. And actually, before we paint, let me show you guys what this looks like. So I wanted this to look as if it were two pieces of wood together. So I actually have this line right down the middle. Can y'all see that there? This is gonna give that illusion that it's two pieces of wood connected together. And so all that I did for that is just take a pen or a pencil and, is this a pen? Yeah. And a straight edge. I'm just gonna use my Cricut mat for this. And we can actually measure halfway. Our halfway mark. Am I in the center here, Sadie, so they can see? Okay. So we're at 9, so we need to be at like 4.5. Okay. And then you can, if you want it to be straight, I like to, look at me measuring. Who do I think I am? I'm doing it for you guys. No, I would actually measure this one out because you don't want the boards to be all weird, like sized.
Yeah.
So I marked my lines. I'm gonna take my mat. We're just gonna lightly, I can hardly see this one over here. Okay, beautiful. So now it's as if we've got two pieces of wood and we're going to start distressing. So I'm just gonna put out a little bit of white paint on this paper towel. And I'm gonna pour out a little bit of this black paint as well.
Perfect.
Just a little bit. When you're doing a wash like this or just distressing, you really do not need a lot of paint.
Right. So BJ, for outdoor signs, is it better to paint stencil or use HTV? Is polyurethane the best way to seal any type of outdoor sign? So I think that since it's heat activated, the heat transfer vinyl, it's actually like heat activated and the adhesive is like pretty set into the wood. So I would be fine like as is, but if you wanted to, I would love to seal that with polyurethane. We also, y'all, we also love the Maker's Magic.
Yes.
Super cool.
I need to make a sign using the Maker's Magic for outside to see how it does. Yes. But yeah, definitely seal it. I personally like to paint and then seal. I feel like I trust paint to stay longer than HTV. Yes. But HTV stays on pretty dang good.
Yeah.
Depends on how much weather you're in. So, okay. I don't know if y'all can see what I'm doing with my paint over here. Can you guys see that? Okay. So I've just kind of been like dipping the tip of my brush into my black and then grabbing some white. And then I'm kind of like dabbing it off. We do not want to pick up a bunch of paint and start spreading it around our wood. So just pick up a little bit, okay?
Yeah.
And then if you feel like it's too much, it probably is, wipe it off, okay? Less is better in this situation. And so what I'm gonna do next is just start from the edge. I'm gonna start from this edge over here, and we're just going to brush it in, just like this. And
Ooh. Okay, y'all, if anybody like is nervous about this, like, can I just join you in like, yes, I get nervous doing this too. Like Alicia makes it look so easy.
But listen, the beauty of paint, and this is why I love painting so much, is you can cover it up. So if you mess up, you just have to dry it and start over, okay? So practice on the back if you need to. But yes, I'm double loading my brush, Donna. And the reason I'm doing that is because it's gonna dull that black paint down a little bit so it's not so black, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And you can see I'm like very light-handed with this, okay? And you don't want to make a pattern. If you start doing a pattern, it's not going to look distressed. And you can see right here, I got too much black, so I'm wiping my brush off. I'm going to get a little bit more. Go over the black. If you get too much, go over it with white.
Yeah.
And it will start to blend out.
Ooh,
okay.
Look at that. I mean, you are literally a pro.
Well, you guys can do it too, I believe. I believe in you.
I think my tip, just, what do I know? My
you know
tip,
a lot.
I just want to say my tip is like, especially if this is your first time doing a distress look, have way less paint than you think on your brush.
Mm-hmm.
Like your brush should be pretty, what's the word? Like
Skimpy. Like,
yeah,
you don't want it to have a lot of paint at all.
Yeah, that's the secret.
Yes.
That is the secret.
Because you can build up more and more and more, but it's harder to take it off once it's on. You can, but it's harder. Yeah. And so I'm just honestly trying to live around this perimeter. I wanted this to be the focus. So I'm trying to keep this like bright white so it pops more. And then I'm just adding this black. And y'all, I could sit and distress like paint like this all day. It's like so therapeutic once you really get the gist of it.
I love it.
And this is a little dark down here. So I'm just taking white and kind of going over it. And then I'm going to go back in with a little bit of black and dab it off. Yeah. And then add it back in until I get it how I want it.
Yeah, someone says can always add, harder to take it off. Yeah, it's hard, it's almost impossible. Yeah. Donna says I'm usually pretty heavy-handed. Yeah, me too. It's like, I totally feel you.
Yes, it can be hard to get used to having that light hand. Yes. Now what I'm doing is just taking a little bit of this black paint, just the black. I'm not double loading. So I'm just dabbing off the excess. I'm gonna go up around these edges and kind of add a little bit in there just to really darken it up. And then I'm gonna wipe that off. You notice I haven't cleaned my brush at all this whole time.
I know.
So just because it keeps the colors blended really good.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna go in with just white and go over that black we just put on.
I was about to ask, with your black paint that you just kind of like dazzled on, was there any white paint as a base? Did you put white paint on as a base?
No, I just did black just by itself. Yeah. So
that shows how light it was to make it turn into that gray. You know what I mean?
Yes. Okay. I like it. I mean,
I love it.
Yeah, you can just keep playing around with it until you get it to a spot that you're happy. But y'all are gonna have so much fun painting this. This is, I love distressing like that.
Yeah, we love it.
So that's it. We're gonna let that sit and dry, and we are gonna work in Design Space.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Does anyone have questions about the painting? Let me know if you guys have questions in the comments.
Someone asked, is it wood or canvas? It's wood. And we're about to use heat transfer vinyl on wood. If you've never done it, you're gonna love it.
Yes, it's gonna be so fun. Okay, clean this up. And let's hop into Design Space. Now, today we're using two different fonts. We are using this font called Century, which gives me old world Christmas all day long. I love it so much. And we're pairing it with Lucy. I don't know if this is a Sadie font pairing, but it's very possible.
Sadie just announced to me today.
Yeah. It is.
Oh,
I knew it. I was like, I think I stole this one. I've been going onto our page and looking at Sadie's font pairings like, this is her secret talent.
It is. She said she's almost paired for you guys. We're working on a new resource for our members. By the way, someone asked if they should join the membership if they're a hobby crafter. 1,000%.
Absolutely.
I would say 80 to 90% of our audience are hobby crafters.
Yes.
This is a gift that you get for yourself to treat others through your handmade creations.
Right.
So if you're a member, Sadie has been hustling for you guys to have an amazing resource of font pairings.
Yes.
So she's close to 100. What?
I love
Crazy. So stay tuned for that in the new year. Yay.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna open up our document here in Design Space. Did you guys like our sticker video yesterday?
Yeah.
We talked about the new sticker function. If you missed that, make sure and watch it after today's live.
Love it.
Okay, so I'll show you guys how to download a font really quick.
Ooh.
So this is the Makers Gonna Learn website. So if you're new here and you're like, I don't even know what you guys are all about, this is our website where we have all of our cut files. We've got over 15,000 cut files right now and growing. And we have thousands of fonts. I want to say thousands of fonts.
Over 1,000.
Over 1,000, yeah.
Love it.
So you can access all of those by going up here. You all can go to our website if you're not members and look around just to kind of get a feel for what it's going to be like. But you just can't get access to them until you become a member.
Yep.
So we're going to be using the font Lucy today. You just go to fonts and you can type in the name. I also link them in the description below. So you all can just click on the link and it'll take you straight to the page. But if you go to the fonts page and search Lucy, it's gonna be right here. And then you can click on this, or you can just click this little download icon. It's gonna pop up into a zip folder. Okay, so I'm gonna click that. And then it's gonna pop over here and it's gonna say lucy2.otf. It says 2 because I've already downloaded it before.
Right.
But you would double click that OTF file and hit install font. Okay. And now it's on our computer, and then I'm gonna download the other one while we're here, just to make sure that we've got it. Double click it, install font, and then back in Design Space, we're gonna reload Design Space. This is gonna allow our fonts to come into our font book in Design Space, okay? So view and reload. If you're working on something, make sure you save it first and then refresh so you don't lose your work, because that would be awful. Okie dokie, so our fonts are in now, and now I need to show you all how to get the results that I have here. Now there's a couple different ways that you can get these little rectangles. I mean, you could literally just make 3 rectangles, but I'm gonna show you guys how I get it. So we're gonna start with our basic shapes. So go over here to your shapes on the left panel. We're gonna select a square, okay? We're going to unlock our square. Now, you're gonna wanna measure your board. The width that I need is 8.9 in height, or like 9, we would say. I'm gonna actually make it 9 today because I think this board's like a hair lighter. So wider, I'm sorry. Our height is gonna be 9, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and make the width 1.8 because it looks good on the other board. So let's go over here and we're gonna make this 1.8 by 9. Okay, so we're gonna start out with just a rectangle, 1.8 by 9, okay? Then what I'm gonna do is grab another square, and actually, we'll just delete that. What I'm gonna do is just duplicate the square we already have. So select the square, hit duplicate, and we're gonna make this a little bit skinnier. I'm gonna change the color so you all can see what I'm doing. So we've got our 2 rectangles. I'm going to unlock this, and I'm gonna change the width to 1. So it's 1 by 9 now, okay?
Love it.
So we've got these 2 right here. And then what we're gonna do next is duplicate that square again. I'm gonna make this, let's say 0.25. Oh, I didn't unlock it. Make sure you unlock it or it'll change your height. We'll change that back to 9. And then we're just going to line it up to the edge there, and we can zoom in so you can really see this. You see how I'm just lining it up to the edge, and then I'm gonna duplicate it and put it on the other side. This is gonna allow us to make sure everything is evenly spaced. If you really wanna be exact, you can select this bigger red rectangle and the big dark gray rectangle, and we're gonna go align and center horizontally, and that's gonna put it right in the middle. And then you can make sure these line up right on the edges, okay? And then we're going to delete that middle red, okay? Then what I'm gonna do is select everything, align it to the top, okay? And then we're gonna go to combine, exclude. Now, let me zoom out. You're left with this. Was that crazy?
That looks so good.
There was like a lot of weird little steps in there. Did you guys follow that? We need to make another one so I can go through and be a little bit less wordy, but okay. So we're gonna make another 1 point, or you can just duplicate that actually. I'm not gonna make you guys go through all that again. If you missed it, you can always go back and rewatch. And if y'all have questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments and I'll let you know the answers.
Yay.
So we've got our two stripes. Now we need to make our little cookies for Santa. Now you guys can customize this if you have other words you want to put on it, or if you want to add like your kids' names or your grandkids' names at the bottom, feel free to customize this. But we are going to start with our Century font, and I'm going to put in cookies for, and then I'm going to select those, and we are going to change them to the Century font.
Love it.
Okay, maybe. All right. And then our Santa font is in Lucy.
This looks so good.
Yes, I love these fonts
That
together.
is it the Century font?
Uh-huh.
It's so like it screams Christmas.
I know. It gives me that like old world Christmas vibe.
Yeah.
Now, I wanted to make Santa big. Whenever you're designing, this is just like a little designer tip, whatever is the most important thing in your design can be a little bit bigger than everything else. So if this was like cookies for Santa, obviously Santa is the main guy. We want his name to be like big. So I make Santa a little bit bigger and then just kind of plug our other words in where they fit. Now you can see here, cookies is a little bit bigger and all this is a little bit closer. So let me show you how you can do that. Now, right now, cookies and 4 are in the same text box, but I want to separate them because I want to make cookies a little bit bigger and I also want to bring the words closer. So you can go to this advanced menu up here and drop down. We're going to ungroup to lines. This is going to give us 2 separate text lines. I love this feature in Design Space. It's amazing. And you can see now they're 2 separate entities. I'm going to keep 4 the same size as it is now, but let's make cookies a little bit bigger. So yeah, about right there. Beautiful. We'll make it like a touch bigger. And yeah, I think that looks pretty dang good. So
Love it.
this is like an instant.
I love how she's like, oh, it looks store-bought. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Y'all, look at this. You can do this too.
Yeah.
You can do this with, a different phrase or anything like that. It's so
Right.
good.
And honestly, y'all, like a lot of times I think we tend to want to make everything perfectly symmetrical and like we just did with our little stripes. Now, when you're making stripes, obviously stripes need to be perfectly symmetrical. But when you're working with words and like the words are the art on your piece that you're making, don't be scared to kind of make things a little off center or make some of the words a little bit bigger. It just it's a little bit more pleasing to the eye whenever things aren't all the same size font and when the font pairings are really good. So those are just like design elements that you can kind of incorporate into your own stuff. And those are things also that I think you get more comfortable with as you create more. So Kelly just asked, how do you regroup your letters and lines? So I'm going to show you what I would do next. So we've got 3 separate text boxes right now, right? I need all of these to cut together. So what I would do is attach them, okay? Attaching them, you could technically unite them to be on one layer. I'll undo this attach and show you what it looks like if we just unite it. So you select it all, you can go combine, unite. I would not recommend welding because you can't undo welding, but you can undo unite and it's like the same thing. And also it still allows you to go in and edit your text. Like if I wanted to edit Santa to say something else, you can go in and edit that.
Yeah. Now, someone asked, how do you regroup your letters and lines?
That's what I was telling Kelly. That's what I was telling her. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I listen and then.
Well, and we're in the comments too, so we're like reading and listening.
I'm reading other comments.
Yes.
Everybody's catching up with each other like, hey.
So attaching or uniting is my answer to that question.
Yeah.
So right now they are united. Now you couldn't just group. If you just group, I want to show you guys.
Great question.
We get this a lot, don't we?
Yeah, a lot.
A lot of people are like, well, why don't you just group it together? Let me show you why. I'm gonna hide our old one. Let's hide that. Okay, I'm gonna select all this and group it. Okay, so it looks like it's all together, right?
Right.
Now let's go to make it. Let me show you what happens. I'm just gonna hit on matte. Look, all of these are on different mats. We do not want that. We want them all together. Okay, we're kind of getting out of the same vinyl. It doesn't need to be on a different mat. So I'm just gonna ungroup it back to how it was and I'm gonna attach it. And then when you go to attach, look what happens. Let's select on mat. Excuse me. Look, there you go.
Ooh, beautiful.
So it's beautiful, it's all together. So hopefully that answers your question. Now let's just go back and I want to make sure that my sizing is right on this because this board that I have now is a little bit of a different size than the other one. What did we say? 9 by 13 and a half by 9. Okay. So I'm gonna do a rectangle that's 13 and a half by 9. Unlock your shape. And 13.5 by 9. Let's make it white. And I'm going to arrange send to back.
Love it.
So this is like how you can get a mock-up before you actually cut anything. So we don't want to waste a bunch of vinyl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's get rid of those. And then we've got one here. I'm going to duplicate it and bring it over here. We want to make sure like we've got enough room for our words and all that. And remember, we've got handles. So I kind of want to have some space over here. And then I feel like this is big now. So I'm going to shrink it just a little bit because I do want it to fill up the space. I mean, I like it to fill it up. Okay. And then this is if you wanted to put Love, Ruby, and Georgia on the bottom, you totally could. I would just attach it all together and so it can cut all together.
Love it.
But yeah, that is pretty much it. Now, if you're like worried about lining these up or anything, you could attach these together, but it's going to be spaced out on your vinyl. And I'm just not going to do that. I feel like that would be too much.
Too much.
So I can hide my rectangle. We don't need it. Okay, we're using not the Joy Extra, we're using the Explore 3 today. And I'm gonna go to make it.
Yay.
Turn my machine on. And I'm gonna switch, if you keep defaulting to this, you can change it in your settings, or you can change it right here to 12 by 12. Okay, this is beautiful because I have some 12 by 12 red vinyl in here, so it's all gonna fit. I have an extra stripe, I'm gonna delete that. And then we've got this. Perfect. Now we are using HTV, heat transfer vinyl. You have to mirror it because we put it carrier sheet side down. So we're gonna mirror, okay? This mirrors everything on our image because the heat transfer vinyl has the carrier sheet in it.
Yep.
So we cut it upside down, okay? Now we're gonna go to continue. It's gonna connect and we're gonna cut this on everyday iron on. And we're using a fine point blade. So now we just need to put our vinyl on to our mat. Does anyone have questions?
All right, so could you put this inside a tray? It already has handles. Yes, Patty, so you would just measure your tray with like only within the size within the handles. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yay, love it, love it, love it.
Let me find a burnishing tool.
So good.
You know, you would think.
Surely. Let us know if you guys have any questions in the chat. I want to know what you guys are working on this week as you're gearing up for Christmas.
Yes.
Let us know. Lots of things to learn today. Amy says when you delete an image on the mat, does it delete it in Design Space? Amy, no, it doesn't. So it's still under your stuff. So you'd go back to the uploads area and you would be able to find it again.
Yeah, and it stays like on your canvas too. It just removes it from the mat so it doesn't cut.
Yeah.
Okay.
So awesome.
That's gonna cut. You know that for like 3 hours the other night, the night before last.
Yeah.
And I made paper Grinches for the kids.
Wow.
I hadn't made a paper project with that many paper layers. I think there was like 10 layers of paper.
Wow.
Yeah, it's out there. I'll have to show you.
Yeah, I can.
It's like a little Grinch with a big belly, and you do like the candy in the belly.
Yes,
It was really,
so
really
fun.
cute.
Now,
Yes.
how long should this last coat of paint dry before applying the HTV? Alicia, what are your thoughts?
The time is going to vary depending on if you let it sit or if you just like run a heat gun on it. But I mean, as long as you can touch it and it's not wet, it's fine. It can't be wet at all though. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
the HTV is not going to adhere to it. But not only that, we're going to sand this a little bit. It's actually pretty dry, and you want it to be pretty dry by the time you get to the sanding process. So
Yes, totally.
if it's dry then, by the time you put your HTV on, you're going to be good to go. And while that cuts, we will actually go ahead and sand this a little
my
bit
goodness,
too.
we have a friend here that's working on some holiday Dolly shirts for when her and her family visit Dollywood next week.
Oh!
Did you know that our offices are like 45 minutes to an hour from the Dollywood?
The Dollywood.
I have season passes.
Yes.
I need to go. Here's the funny thing. The years that I don't buy season passes, I go way more than the
Really?
year I buy season passes.
Listen, and I love Dollywood, like, people really, around here, I think that people are like, it's just Dollywood. And I'm like, no, it's
People
Dollywood.
Yeah, a lot of people I know spend like all day there, like go so often.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
It's a fun place to hang out.
Yes,
I
so
love
fun.
it. So right now, I'm just taking that 120 sand grit paper and I'm going all the way around.
Paul says went full membership last night. Go, Paul.
Yay!
Woohoo!
That's awesome.
Megan, come. We will go and get you some cinnamon bread. We will get you the kettle corn.
Kettle corn is my personal favorite.
all the things.
The turkey legs.
Sin's made multiple projects this week. Go, Sin.
Yeah, Sin.
So good. So good.
I love it. I've been making a lot of Cricut projects. I made Ruby a sweatshirt. I signed her up for ballet and tumbling. I know. I literally.
Where
can't.
at?
Tally Ward.
Oh, you told me that.
Yes.
Carson needs to come tumble.
Oh my
with
gosh, you
y'all.
should sign him. They have just tumbling.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
they
wants
have-
to tumble.
Oh my gosh, that would be awesome.
I love it. Oh, Celestia's got the full membership this week. Woohoo! Y'all,
Oh.
this is the deal of the century. All right, don't walk, run.
Yes, do it.
Do it.
Tanner, did you know that I did gymnastics for 16 years?
I did not.
You didn't?
No.
I also cheered. I started
Could
gymnastics.
you walk on your hands?
Yes.
I want to learn.
I could do a lot of stuff.
Okay, well, you know, at CrossFit, it's big to do handstand push-ups.
Okay, now I've had 2 kids, so I don't know.
Well, I haven't had 2 kids, so I have no excuse.
I don't think I could do a hand.
One of my favorite activities on the beach is to practice my handstands.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I feel like that's like something I used to do that all the time too.
Yeah, that's what I do when I get bored at the beach.
You're like, let me just practice my handstands.
Yeah, and my family's like, please don't hit me.
I want you to know. So I got Ruby some gymnastics mats like over the summer, and we were at my mom. We always just like hang out at my mom and dad's house, and we were all trying to do back bends. I don't know if you guys know what back bends are. Me and like my brother-in-law and my sister and my mom and dad, and we all did them. My brother-in-law went to do one and he bent back and Ruby was standing behind him. And I'm not kidding, they collided so hard. I was like, y'all, we are too old to be doing back bends. We are not strong enough.
Wow.
Like, it was so funny, but she was fine. She was fine, but you should not be doing back bends if you're over 30, unless you are a professional.
Yes.
Just don't do it. You're going to injure yourself.
I love it.
Okay, I'm just cutting the excess HTV off of this, and now we need to weed it. So I'm going to weed off everything that I do not want.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to weed. Also, I got Christmas nails, and I feel like they're pretty good. They're almost as good as Lauren's nails
They're
are.
almost as good as mine.
They're not quite, but they're
That's
pretty
funny.
good.
That is so funny.
I went and made an appointment we go to our little Foxy Nails.
Oh, Foxy Nail 2, y'all.
Foxy
That's
Nail
so
2.
funny. We always are like, oh yeah, y'all have that other location. And then they're like, no, we don't. This is the only location. But they named it Foxy Nail 2.
The Foxy Nail 1 must have been taken or something. Or like just Foxy Nail.
No, so he told us the very odd story about it while we were there one day. And he was like out in the woods and he just named it. I'm like, okay, dude.
That's what he said?
You should have probably hired me as your business coach.
Did he also pick the name Phil while he was out there? Because that's his name. Did you know that?
Yeah, he's crazy.
He is
used
crazy.
He used to work at a different nail salon, right?
Yes.
He's Dr. Phil.
He's Dr.
He's so
Phil.
cool. He's so cool.
He is. I love him. He's like
I love
tatted up.
Go, Kim. Welcome to Inner Circle. Woohoo. So
Oh,
exciting.
hi,
Y'all, we have
Kim.
big plans for Inner Circle in the new year. So if you have not joined, you better hustle. You better get over that.
You
Love
better do
love
it.
Love it.
Y'all, I was trying to weed off the mat.
Weed off the mat.
Yeah,
Are you crazy?
I put it back on the mat because I was like, what am I doing with my life? I used to never. Well, okay. To be fair, I used to cut. I had a cutting machine that did not use mats, so I wasn't used to it.
That's scandalous.
I know. It's a sin. So anyways,
really is.
It's so much easier to weed on the mat. Just stick it back on there. Okay. Beautiful. Now we need to weed our stripes, and I'm going to go ahead and turn this on our mini easy press to the second heat setting. It does not need to be hot. HTV adheres to wood so easily.
Yay.
And you don't want it to be like overly hot either.
Right.
Okay. let's see here. I'm just trying to find. I like to break mine too, if y'all are like, that's aggressive.
Right.
I always kind of break it so I can have a good starting point. I mean, this has been a pretty easy project, don't you guys say?
Yeah.
I feel like you could whip this
at
up.
all.
Yeah. It's be a cute little decoration for your house for Christmas if you are hosting. Y'all are hosting Christmas, right, Tanner?
Oh, we are. Everybody's coming in, and I made an announcement on my social media last night that everyone's gift is pretty much from TikTok Shop.
Oh yeah.
Not everyone's, and I'm just saying, like, I got my buddy Dylan a little multifaceted tool for fishing.
That thing was cool. It was cool. I saw
ordered
it.
myself a jacket from the TikTok Shop, $18. It looks like I paid like $200. I ordered, what's so funny is me and Courtney both were unboxing packages last night, and we both were unboxing gifts that we got each other. It was so freaking funny.
That's hilarious.
And then I was like, oh no. So I went and hid that one. And then I started unboxing the second one. And I was like, oh, this is for Blake, or this is for your sister. No, it was for her.
Oh.
So it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. It'll surprise her when she opens it again.
Yeah. Okay,
so
look what I
fun.
did, you guys. So I hid one of them, and like, look, they're not the same. They're not the same. So you can just recut whichever one, which you guys wouldn't have made 3.
Right.
But what I'm gonna do is just take my scissors, like a wild woman.
Oh my gosh, if you've not heard of the TikTok Shop, you are missing out.
It's like multiple shops though, right? On the TikTok
Yeah,
shop.
like so many people can have a shop.
I bought for my best friend a wireless Apple CarPlay adapter.
That we got our nanny one.
Did you?
It's a game changer. Well, we got it for her birthday. She loves it.
I'll never understand why Apple CarPlay is not wireless. Like, literally, what are you doing?
Literally.
It's 2023, almost 2024.
Well, you know,
like,
Courtney's car doesn't have wireless CarPlay.
wow. Does she have powered windows? She does.
Yes.
Okay. That car's like a classic, though. I feel like they
It's like
want
70s,
they want to
yeah.
like embody the like
Yeah.
big pimpin'.
Yeah,
You know,
she does
Courtney's
not
car
like
is
it.
big pimpin' in my opinion. That's what every time she pulls in, I'm like, big pimpin'.
I love it.
Don't tell her I said
Oh my
that.
God. She better not be watching this. She better be working somewhere.
She better
beat
be.
us up.
Okay, so I'm just gonna lay this on here just like that. And actually, you know what would be smart? Put your handles on first, okay? And this is gonna give us, like, allow us to see how much room that we need between it. And then we're just gonna pop that there. And then I'll put my other one in. I'm just kind of lining it up with this middle line that we drew, which is really helpful.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna line this one up. Okay. Oh. And I don't want to iron anything on yet because I don't know my exact measurements yet. And actually, this needs to come in like a hair. Okay. I don't want to iron anything down yet because I want to make sure this still fits with everything on there. And yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. Okay. So you can take those off. This is a little bit crooked. Just make sure everything's as straight as can be. And then kind of stick it down. And we're going to go ahead and iron. Now, a lot of people were like, do you need a Teflon sheet? Put something down. You really don't need anything, you guys. We have a carrier sheet.
I prefer just having the carrier sheet so you can see when the bubbles activate. Very similar to when we heat activate with on fabric. As soon as you start seeing bubbles, that means it's working.
And I love, this project is great for beginner heat transfer on wood people because you can see right here, look how dark this got. And I don't know if it's the red that we're using or just the concept of having HTV on wood, but it always kind of darkens a little bit when it's heated up. And so you can tell that you've went over it and that it's adhering. It's hard to see the bubble. You can see the bubbles from where I'm at. I just don't know if y'all could see it.
Yeah, you may not be able to see it on camera, but they're there.
Yeah.
They, like, that's the secret sauce.
Yes. And look, it's going to come right up. Now look, right here, it's trying to pull. So you have to be very careful. Make sure that everything is really on there.
So Paul, we made sure to mirror the heat transfer vinyl on the mat because we put it shiny side down, and then you put vinyl to wood with the carrier sheet between the iron and the vinyl. So
yes.
Yeah, great question.
It's on the top. Question. Okay.
Yes, I've seen some people on TikTok go live and sell tumblers of things they make. Yeah, y'all, if you're a handmade, seller, you can make a lot of money with TikTok Shop right now. They're just like so in demand, which is
it's
really
very geared to makers.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's a lot of makers on there, I feel.
Yes.
Okay, and then we're just going to go in and iron this one on. I would tell you guys like a good amount of time, but honestly, it's more about what it looks like when you apply the heat.
Exactly.
I mean, you just want to look for the bubbles, like Tanner was saying, or the color change, how it gets a lot darker. I will say sometimes that carrier sheet, once you've applied heat to the vinyl, that sometimes that carrier sheet wants to start sliding around if it's like a single word or something smaller, not like this. So be very careful whenever you are doing that, not to move a whole lot. I can move more because this is like a bigger piece of vinyl. But if it's something smaller, just be careful. Some of my pieces are not adhered. I'm just gonna go over this a little bit more. Anybody else have questions? Kathy says, I've got to roll my windows up in my car. 2006 Jeep Wrangler.
Woohoo!
My husband loves older model Jeep Wranglers and older model Jeep Cherokees and older model 4Runners. And I think it's because he drove an old 4Runner when he was in high school.
Yeah.
He's like trying to relive his glory days, I think. Bless him.
Bless him.
My car in high school was a 91 or 92 Honda Accord, and it had a
What
huge
year
muffler.
was it though you were in high school?
2007, 8, 9, and 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I graduated in 2010.
Cool.
Yeah,
okay.
and I didn't drive till my junior year, so it was 2009
Okay.
when I drove, and my car was made the year I was born.
Wow.
So,
that's awesome.
but I think we paid like $1,500 for it, and
that's
then
incredible.
yeah. So my parents actually bought it for me. We didn't have money growing up, but they did help me buy a car.
That is so sweet.
And my dad put a system in it. He
What a
put a
great
system in
guy.
it, and it sounded like it was like.
my
It was
goodness.
so loud.
I love it.
I was like,
love
this
it.
is embarrassing.
So someone asked, could I do this with a regular heat press? So if you're using a 9x9 easy press, you need to make sure your wood is not warped. And I say that, just be careful. You can do this 1000%. If your wood is warped, you have that perfectly, 9x9 inch plate. There's gonna be areas of that you can't hit. So just be aware of that, okay?
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna put on our cookies for Santa. Yeah, this does get a little bit more tricky whenever, like if I was using actually 2 pieces of wood in HTV, because this little gap in between would be kind of, like the HTV would be hanging over top of it. So just be aware of things like that. Okay, we'll iron this on.
Love it.
Yes. But I did on the car topic, I had that Honda, and then my great grandmother she was in the nursing home, and they always had new cars for whatever reason. They lived in this little tiny house.
But driving them new cars.
Virginia.
I love that.
And like a brand new, it was an '08 Malibu, and I got it in 2008. I guess I had my Honda for like maybe 6 or 7 months. And then my mom wrecked her car and took it. She took it from me. I was
That's
like,
so
what am I
funny.
supposed to do? And that's when I started driving a stick shift. So I got a little Mazda stick shift. I think learning how to drive a stick shift is a skill everyone should have, though.
Yes. I have barely ever tried. So
Really?
Where would I try? I'm just now learning like true Southern things.
Like eating tomatoes.
Yeah. Like I went
And Bob Marley.
Is it skeet shooting? Is
Oh,
that what I did?
Tanner went skeet shooting, yeah. Oh my gosh, I love it.
So cool. So cool.
Man, that is straight up Southern stuff, though. Okay, so I've got this E6000. This is just clear glue. I'm going to pop a little dollop on each side of the handle, and I'm going to smush this on the paper beside it. This is something I like to do to get off excess glue. I don't want it to all come off. What the heck? Hold on. Okay. Perfect. And then we're going to apply the handles there and then do the same thing over here. Beautiful. And y'all, that is it. You've got to let your handles dry, obviously. But that's it. I mean, come on. Come on with it. Now, you can put a sealant on it if you want to, but y'all, this is a decorative piece. I mean, if you put cookies on it, put the cookies on a plate and then put it on top of here.
Yeah.
But like so easy and fun to make. I love it.
Fun. Love it. Okay. Jerry says, any tips on heating when you have more than one color in the design and close to a color already on? Do not worry about it. What you're going to do is, say this was our first layer, and we had a second layer, all right? We would just make sure if there's any vinyl that's already on, you know, say it's close to the sea, or, you know, you're putting like other strips in, things like that. Any vinyl wants to be covered by a carrier sheet.
Yes.
So what I would do, in this instance, if we were doing, you know, something, I would have kept the carrier sheets for cookies and this, and I would just place the new color down with the carrier sheet, and then I would put any other carrier sheets needed. That's, you just don't throw them away until the project's completely done.
Oh, that's a great tip of advice.
Yeah.
Just keep your carrier sheets
as long
until
as
you're
you're
done.
keeping the carrier sheet is your friend.
Yes.
Now, after this, you know, cools, you could heat this vinyl back up if there's a second layer, and it's fine.
Yeah.
The carrier sheet is protecting you. You are not going to burn your heat transfer vinyl. I remember a video I had someone make once. They tried to burn heat transfer vinyl as a test for a video. Guys, it barely ever burns. Like, you have to try so hard to get it to burn.
That's what the transfer sheet is there for.
Yeah.
Half of its
Is
purpose
Maker's
is
Magic food safe?
Yes.
Okay, so you can put Maker's Magic on there to make it food safe. Great suggestion. Yes.
We love Maker's Magic, if you guys didn't know.
Best vinyl for drinking glass, Kelly, I would do like Oracal 651, which is the similar as StarCraft.
Yes.
Like they're at the same grade.
Yeah.
So good. So good.
Love it.
Yay.
Well, does anyone have questions over the craft? You guys have questions over the membership?
Yes. We have boot camp kicking off day after Christmas.
Yes.
That'll run until the Friday. We'll have Saturday off, and then we are going big New Year's Eve.
Yes.
7 to 10. All right? 7 to 10 Eastern. All right?
So exciting.
Yay,
and
love it.
Tomorrow, if you are a member, we have a masterclass tomorrow.
Woo-hoo.
So we're making faux leather bookmarks. These are amazing gifts for the readers in your life, or if you're a reader. We are making them out of faux leather, but you could totally do like cardstock or whatever you've got on hand. So we're going to be making those. It's going to be really fun. If you all are not members and you become members, you will get to attend that tomorrow if you sign up today.
So good. Well, we are so excited. I hope you all are ready to have the best Christmas ever. And then Craft with Maker is going to learn all the way into that new year. Yes. Let us know what you've got going on for New Year's.
We would love to hear it.
Do you have any big goals? Alicia, do you have any? I'm about to start reimagining my vision board.
Yeah, okay. Vision board. Oh, I need to sit down and do that.
We
swear by vision. We did vision boards last year, and me and Tanner are like, you have to have a vision board.
Yeah.
You have to.
I think we'll get through Christmas, and then we'll spend our evenings throughout boot camp, just really
envisioning.
Deciding.
Well, so my things, I'm reorganizing my finances. We were just talking about that. I just want to see what I'm paying for. You know what I'm saying?
Courtney announced to me that she just wants, like I told you earlier, she just wants to have a better grasp as well. It's fun.
Yes, it is fun. It's kind of like a challenge. Yeah. And Lauren's coming to my house, I think, next week after Christmas.
You got a consult?
I have a stylist consult with Lauren.
Yeah, for clothes or decor?
Clothes.
Oh!
So I have lots of cute pieces, but I don't know how to, I have a new mom bod. So yeah, I'm like, I need new eyes to see my clothes. So she's going to come and make me outfits.
I did that with my buddy Taylor, right?
Oh, did you? I didn't know that.
Yeah. He took me to the mall, and you don't see
me. Oh, I do remember.
Yeah, well, you don't see me in those outfits.
Yeah.
But when I actually have to go out in public.
You have outfits.
I have outfits.
Yeah. Not a black t-shirt.
Not a black t-shirt. Which, are you proud of me, Alicia? Look what I'm wearing. This is brand new.
I'm so proud. I actually really like that sweater.
I know.
Yeah.
I love it. Love it. So fun. So good. We love it. Well, we cannot wait. Hours for boot camp.
Yes.
Day after Christmas until that Friday, which is like the 29th.
9th, yep.
It is 1:30 p.m. Eastern, and we usually go until about 3.
Yeah.
So it's about an hour and a half show.
Yeah.
Between the giveaway, the crafting, the fun. We have some big announcements. So you've got to be there. So good. We can't wait for everything we're going to be exposing during boot camp. So it's going to be really, really good. Well, all right.
All right.
Y'all ready for Christmas? It's coming whether
I'm
you are or not. So
ready.
get ready. We'll see you back here real soon. Join the membership if you haven't. I cannot wait to get this in your hands. There's also mystery boxes still available. We're closing in on the final supply.
It's coming
so if
up.
you want to get a mystery box, there's a handful. I'm going to try to get a full number on that. So we'll get that for you. We cannot wait to see you guys there. All right. Thank you. We'll see you back here real soon.